God, what's the rest of the question? I already asked.
If you
So I actually got no.
very important. Oh man.
That's a good question.
Okay. As many activities as possible. That's really one of the best ways you can make friends, is meeting people that have common interests. I know that's how it worked with me, and it is hard sometimes to balance your school and your social life, but everybody that you meet in a club will be in school with you, so they're going through the same problems as you are, so communication shouldn't be an issue.
Okay. My advice on making friends and staying social is if you want to make friends, obviously, like what everyone says, be yourself. Don't really care what anyone else says about you. And join theater because it's super fun. You meet like the best people in there ever. Don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone and join clubs and sports and whatever, because you meet super amazing people and it's totally worth it. Just put yourself out there because you only live once. Like,
I think the most important thing to remember when wanting to make friends or join clubs is that you can't do it all. And it's important to be in a lot of things so that you make friends, but it's also important that you remember that school is very important.
I'd say work hard at the beginning to get your grades up to an A, and then just kind of coast through it. It's way easier to keep it a good grade than to work it up.
Thing is, you really have to keep on top of everything. If you let one thing fall behind, then you let things pile up, and then once you're at that point, then you're so far behind it's very hard to catch up.
Well, first of all, I would say plan and be organized with your academics and activities, because obviously if you're not planned or anything, you're going to be like, oh shoot, my paper's due in like midnight. I got to do something about that. So obviously being really organized is very helpful in a high school and even a college setting. So.
Oh my goodness. Just turn stuff in on time, for Pete's sake. It saves you so much work. That 6-page paper that you're going to have to write at some point is just all the rough drafts, just do them when they're supposed to be due. Otherwise, that saves you a whole bunch of time and a lot of sleep on the last day right before it's due.
I was in theater, football, speech, and quite a few other extracurriculars, but some of the few that I wish that I would have gotten into or would have joined was NHS and student council.
Football, wrestling, and track. And then I also, every Wednesday night, would go to my church for a youth group. And I think that like the more groups you can be a part of is the more you're involved, the better, just because then you get to meet more people and you get yourself out there and experience a lot more and prepare yourself for your future, I guess.
I was in robotics for 2 years. I didn't join it my third year because I had a job. And then I'm also in GSA, which is really cool, full of really cool people. You should join it. I really wish I would have joined something like SAD or tried for student council more, because it's good to diversify and get yourself out there and make more friends, because it's really easy.
In school, my extracurricular activities, I was in SAD, volleyball for forever, and I joined theater junior year, so I recommend doing those because they're super fun. And if I had to choose another one, I always watch people dancing and popping and locking and stuff. I think it would be so fun to be a dancer. I used to dance when I was little, so I don't know, sometimes I wish that I would have continued with that so that I could be a super good dancer. And that's Zumwalt behind me, behind Claire. Oh, and I was in orchestra and choir. I almost forgot about those ones.
Finish your applications early, really early, because then you'll know and you'll be prepared. And also, choosing college-wise, do whatever your heart desires. Just if you want to go to Montana, go to Montana. If you want to go to California, go to California. You got your whole entire life to figure out stuff what money stuff you're gonna do. Just do what your heart desires.
you really have to choose a place that fits you and your personality. And once you find that place, then it's all about the paperwork and stuff. And with that, you just have to really stay organized, something I failed to do many times. So, keeping a calendar, checking your email very often, things like that.
You gotta stick to what you can afford, I guess. Like, you don't want to push yourself out there and then end up paying for your education for most of your life, because there's gonna be a lot of expenses you gotta deal with. But picking the college, I mean, I'm going to Century, and I guess that worked out for me because I'm just trying to get my generals done there.
My advice for choosing colleges is don't be afraid to apply for anything or anywhere. Because a lot of colleges, they look not at your ACT, but they look at all of your high school career, your volunteer work, and just about everything that you do as a high school student. My more advice is don't be afraid to ask questions when you're applying. Don't be afraid to ask other teachers, other students, and even the faculty at the college that you are applying to in order to feel like that you are making progress in your applications and acceptances to different colleges.
Well, yes, I do have a job. I work at Running Aces Harness Park and Casino, and I got that job on a recommendation from a friend, and with the help of their giant sign that you see when you're driving down the freeway. Balancing it with school is a rough time, but you eventually learn to do your homework in class if you have work that day, or to do your homework as soon as you get home right before you have work.
Like, I've had multiple jobs while in high school. It's pretty easy if you don't work 5 days a week to make sure you get your homework in and start a little later at the night. That way you have stuff to do right away at home.
I was hired back in October of my sophomore year. I heard about the job actually through an announcement and the afternoon announcements at school, so that was pretty neat. And I got hired at one of their open hiring days, which was super nice. And since they were appealing to high school students, the job was super accommodating to work with my schedule. So I really think that if you're looking to balance a job along with your schoolwork, is to just look for a place that is willing to hire high school kids, one, since you are one of those, and two, work with your schedule so that you have enough time to sleep and do your homework and still have friends.
I think ceramics is a must.
Well, as a person who is going into the healthcare field, I would really recommend taking the Intro to Healthcare class, the Emergency Medical Responder, and the Emergency Medical Technician class that we offer here at the high school, which really benefit you and give you free college credits.
I recommend taking CS US History 1880 and up with Tung Seth. He's super cool. AP Psych, any business and personal law classes, marketing.
If you can, get into AP classes.
I recommend taking ceramics. It is a really fun class. You may not be good at it at first, or maybe not throughout the entire class, but it's really fun. Also, take psychology, or AP psychology, or both. I did both, but it's really cool stuff, and the teachers are bomb.
Also take independent living with Miss Smudgick because she is a human blessing. You will not regret it.
You will not regret having Miss Smudgick as a teacher. She's wonderful.
Amazing.